Our next Alabama-bound author, Thomas Lakeman.
I just wanted to say, we have, if you're hanging at the back because there's all these seats up here, please don't be afraid of getting close to us. My name is Thomas Lakeman. I'm the author of 3 books. I have 2 of them with me here today. Chillwater, Cove and Broken Wing. These are both FBI thrillers featuring a pair of detectives. I alternate between 2 of them. Mike Yeager, who's my male detective. He's the guy who acts without thinking, and he's always getting into trouble, and he's always trying to get out of trouble again. And Peggy Weaver is my female FBI agent. She's the one who always thinks before acting and consequently keeps getting promoted. And I wrote my first book. It took me 4 years to write it. I then had to turn around and write my second book in 2 years. My third book I wrote in 1 year. If you follow this mathematical progression, my 10th book will be written in 2 hours and 19 minutes. My life's dream is to write a book in front of a live studio audience. And in fact, in the time that I have available, I believe that book 15 I could possibly even write while I'm standing up here talking to you at Alabama Bound. So it's wonderful to be here. Mike and Peggy, I decided to write FBI novels for 2 reasons. One, if a character becomes inconvenient, it's much easier to kill them off. And the other reason is because of this thing called justice, which I happen to be very interested in. And I think that sometimes we write books not because we write the things in the book that we want to see in real life, because there's a lot of dark and scary things that happen in thrillers, but because we want the resolutions that life sometimes does not give to us. And we want to believe that the people who are trying to hold it all together and do justly exist. One of my favorite Bible verses is in the book of Genesis when Abraham says to God, begging him to spare the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, he says, "Shall not the judge of all the earth do right?" And I think about that a lot. I think justice is a very important thing in the world, and at its best, agencies like the FBI protect justice. And America, if America is America, if America means anything, it's a society based on justice and equality, and we have a Justice Department. And I believe in that. I don't think that dream has died, and I think it has more of a chance of coming true and fulfilling that promise. And so I write about America. My books take place, first book took place in a mythical, fictional county in Nevada called Dyer County, completely made up. Second one takes place in a fictional college town in Tennessee called Avalon College, although it owes certain things to certain places where I might have gone to college. And the third book takes place in a fictional place called New Orleans, Louisiana, after Hurricane Katrina. And I was very fond of the city as I grew up on the Gulf Coast. In fact, I think we're getting the storm down there right now. I don't even know if my cat's okay, so I have to, as soon as I leave here, I'm going to find out. But New Orleans suffered a heavy blow after Katrina, but the city is still alive. Its heart is still beating. The people who live in that community still want it to live, and that's the thing. That's the hope, and that's the tragedy. So I wanted to write in this book, Broken Wing. The term is actually an FBI term. It's FBI slang for an agent in disgrace. Mike is sent to a disciplinary office, and I found out the FBI has 3 disciplinary offices where they send bad agents. One is Butte, Montana. I forget what the second one is. Fairbanks or something like that. And the third one is New Orleans, Louisiana, which is really, I don't know how they're going to clean up their act down there with all of the temptations that the city has to offer. But Mike is going down there posing as a broken wing. In reality, in the sense, he is a broken wing in a broken city. And he's going undercover with the mob to find someone who has been kidnapped. And while he's down there, he gets back together with the mobster's daughter that he loved and left behind 20 years ago, and has to face up to his own mistakes as well as chasing some old dreams. Chillwater Cove, Peggy Weaver goes back to Tennessee looking for a childhood friend who's been kidnapped. When she and her friend were children, the child was kidnapped, and the kidnapper said, "We'll trade. I'll let her go. You come with me." And Peggy ran. She was 10 years old, and she was afraid. And of course, all these years later, her friend has gone missing again. And so this time, she's determined not to make the same mistakes. And I write a lot about people who make mistakes, but who find a way of making amends, because I believe that we're all a little bit broken. Life finds ways of breaking us all. These stories can be read independently. I try to focus on fun characters. I focus on dialogue. I'll read you one very brief thing from Broken Wing, because when I was in New Orleans St. Louis Cemetery number 1, I found the juiciest, sexiest, most scandalous epitaph on any tombstone I'd ever seen. And this is how it goes. This is abridged. Believe me, the last one really lays it on. Here lies the mortal dust of our dear fallen Josephine Lucy de Bonange, April 1, 1886, December 6, 1904, taken in the blossom of youth from a family who truly loved her, and reduced to her degraded avocation by a base rascal whose name is unfit to be recorded here. I kissed thee ere I killed thee, William Shakespeare. And then I have Mike, my detective, say, for a loving family, they sure laid it on pretty thick. Chillwater Cove has a sign too, which is also a piece of found art. It says, support our troops, save with your Piggly Wiggly discount card. Only in Tennessee. I'm in the awkward position of either having to brag on myself obnoxiously or ask somebody else to brag on me. And so I'm going to let the Cleveland Plain Dealer do it, mainly because my entire life I've always wanted a review from the Cleveland Plain Dealer. And basically they just say, God, this is really embarrassing. I sound obnoxious. I know I sound obnoxious. First, he gets the characters right. Lakeman creates people so real you either want to save them, sleep with them, or send them to prison. In that order, hopefully. Second, Lakeman makes you turn the pages. I make you turn the pages. It's a gift similar to Dan Brown's, but unlike Brown, Lakeman can really write, not simply plot. So, anyway, I've enjoyed being here. I look forward to hearing my colleagues and speaking to all of you if you want to come and see me. And thank you very much.